I met a Gypsy.
It's cool that you made the decision on your own terms too. I wasn't sure how the timeline worked for you going to a different team, whether it was like a reaction to the news, like, hey, you won't have a job here next year because the team's not going to be there in the capacity that it was.
Yeah.
But it's cool that you kind of like, I just need a change, because that's a real thing too. To just know that you need something different for your career, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty open with TK about it, and I had a couple opportunities with Star. Like, right when I signed with TLD in
Yeah, I think I heard that.
2015, Bobby met me at MTF, and he brought me a contract, and he was like, hey, boy, like, we want winners. Like, if you want to be a winner, come to California. And then at the time, I'm like seeing it was Amart, Shane, Jesse. There was McElrath, I already said McElrath, but Oldenburg. There was like a bunch of good guys on TLD, and like they were all working with Tyler, and that was like the next like I don't know, like team coming up. So I was like, dude, I could be the next guy, you know, like this team is gonna take me to the top. And unfortunately, they lost everybody the year that I went pro. It was like me, Brandon, and Derek and Brian. So it was a full rebuild year, and it was really hard for us to kind of like make it out of, or dig ourselves out of the hole, because we had no guidance, you know, like there was nobody at the test track that was ripping that we could watch. Like it was just me watching Brandon, and Brandon wondering if he could be on the podium or not, like if he has like the speeds to be that guy. And like that was tough, and I don't know, that kind of drugged through the next couple of years. And 2022, that was my best Supercross season in my eyes. Like I had a couple podiums, finished third in the title. And for 23 and 24, Bobby was wanting me to come to Florida, but they hadn't moved yet. That was the year they were moving. And I was like, dude, this could go bad. Like, I don't know how this will pan out. So I just figured I'd stay. And I was like, dude, I'm good. I'm doing good here. So I'll just keep on doing me. And I remember that phone call. I had to tell Bobby that I was going to sign with TLD again. And then he goes, okay, boy. Like, I respect that. Thank you for calling me. But I guess you don't want to be a winner. I was like, dude, that lit a fire under my ass. I'm like this guy. And that stuck with me for the next couple of years. And then, now full circle, I'm back with them. But when he, when I was reaching out to him, I was like, if he ever offers me another contract, I can't turn it down, dude. Like, as much as, like, PC is a great team, I was like, Stars, they're the team right now. And I can't miss that opportunity, you know? Like, I'm getting, I don't want to say later in my career, because I feel like I'm still super young and I have a ton of years ahead of me, but I'm getting to that point. I need to make a change, and I need to be that guy, you know? Like, I need to break out of this slump that I'm in. So I figured with that program, like, that was the best thing I could do. So I'm really excited. It'll be good. Obviously, it sucks making that decision because you bum so many other people out that have stuck behind you for so long. But like we were talking about, you have to be selfish in this sport. And that was one thing that I don't want to say I regretted, because I don't regret anything that or any decision that I made, but I wish there were scenarios and times where I put myself first instead of others. So I was like, dude, I'm getting older now. Like I've learned so much in my career so far. So I need to make this step. Like, this is the thing that will take me to the next level, you know? So if I have to, I have to. And no, but I'm excited. I mean, there's great people on that team too. Like I worked with Rich Simmons at TLD. He was our crew chief. Dude, I love Richie. Yeah. So I'm going to be, obviously he's on the 450 side. I think he's still crew chief there, but I was stoked to be back, like, around him. He was a big part of, like, helping me kind of mature and actually, like, take that step of, like, going pro. Like, when I raced my first ever pro race, I didn't like, I don't know, like I wasn't thinking like a pro rider. Like I was like,
Yeah.
just
Happy to be here.
yeah, happy to be here,
Yeah.
and he
I got to the dance.
yeah,
Sweet.
he was the one guy. He had a lot of wisdom, but he was the one guy that helped me a lot, like in my early years. So, yeah, I'm stoked to be around him too.
Do you know what you're in for there? Like you feel like you know enough about the program
Yeah.
and like what they ask of guys that,
Yeah,
because I think that's a big thing with that program now is like, I feel like it's been enough documentation about what it's like there and what they expect. And I think, yeah, I mean, you're obviously close with Levi too. And I think if you go there ready and keen for what that program is and taking it for what it is, then you can really do well there, you know?
that's the main thing. Like if you go there without like a plan, or if you're not ready mentally for that program, like that'll just chew you up and spit you out. So I didn't know if I was ever there until now. I'm like, dude, it's do or die at this moment. And that was like what Frankie helped me out with, because he took over for Max as team manager, started outdoors, and all year he's like, dude, I gotta get you ready for Star. Like you gotta toughen up. Like I'm gonna toughen you up. And like it was cool when we just watched that clip of him like, I knew I would teach you how to win. That was what he was preaching like the whole summer, and then coming into SMX, like he just wanted to make me and Ryder both just tougher, so we were ready for whatever. Like it was cool having him like show us, or not show us, but push us into basically hell. And like it gave me and Ryder the confidence to know that we can make it out of whatever, so like that was a big part of me preparing and like being ready for this next year. Like I know it's going to be tough. There's going to be freaking feels like 12 fast guys that I'm gonna ride with like every day, but it's one of those teams, like if you do the work and if you just show up every day, like you're going to be a winner.
Yeah.
It's proven. They've done it with enough guys. I trust it, and yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, and I think you're in a good position in your life and career to make it work there too. You know, like you've got experience. It's not, the workload's probably not gonna like bury you. You know, I could see going there and just being a young dude and just falling behind. You know, and just like not having the energy to do it and kind of getting into a rut. But I think when you're going there with like years of experience under your belt, like Max is probably in a similar position to you.
Yeah.
You know, like he's won some races, but he's never won the championship. And he's an older dude. He's older than you, but you know, he's got that work on his body already. Yeah. And it's like, you can just go there and just fucking lock in, you know?
It is like a powerhouse, like you're saying. Like you have to be ready for it, but if you are, like I expect Max to be really good. Like I was stoked when I found out he signed, because I'm like, we are going to have such a team next year. Obviously, Deegan's been crushing it. Anstey's, I mean, he's battled with Hurlings, won races over in Europe, and yeah, just having all those guys. Nate's won so many races. I mean, I'm drawing a blank right now of who else I'll be around, but it'll be some tough guys, some really good guys, and those guys are going to be on my ass. If not, I'll be chasing them on practice days. Like that's kind of what makes that program so good, because iron sharpens iron. Like you have to be with fast guys. At least that's one thing I've lacked the last couple of years. Like I've had a couple of teammates. Like Mosey was insane. That's another guy I forgot. Mosey, yeah. Mosey was insane at the test track. But besides that, like I would just start either a ways in front of him until he'd catch me, or a ways behind him, and then he'd just pull away. Like I never like learned racecraft or anything like that. So I think that's what that program teaches and gives you, on top of just like being a dog, you know? Like you just have to, like I said, show up.
Has Levi given you any advice for navigating Star?
Yeah, he has. Which me and Levi have been close for a while. I've known him since I was like 9-10 years old, dude. It's crazy. I met him at an area qualifier at a track in Utah called Bunker Hill. And we raced, I think it snowed or rained or something like that. We raced and battled. And after that, we just like chopped it up. And then I would see him at the amateur races every year and every like race after that. And Levi's like such a good dude. Like it's so hard not to like him, you know? So yeah, we just got close through that. And then I never expected him to be where he's at now.
Really?
Like, ever, dude. I
In
mean,
what way?
Me, Shimoda, and Styles, that was like our group. Like it was us three. And then Levi was like fifth. Sometimes he would have a good ride and get fourth, but like he wasn't a threat to me ever. And then we go pro, or I go pro before he does. He gets that star ride and then moves to California, and then we get close again, and then it's back to us battling. And I'm like, dude, I haven't battled Levi in a little bit. Like this is cool, but like, I mean, I was selfishly like mad that he was getting better than me. And then he ends up having a crazy year this year, which I'm super stoked for him. But one of those things, I'm like, I know a lot of things changes when you go pro, but when I was amateur, you would have told me Levi would be winning supercrosses, and I'd be like, dude, like what? No way. Like, because there was a couple years Levi ended up working for his dad for like a summer, and he just like wasn't taking dirt bikes serious. He was just doing his own thing out in Washougal, Washington, and comes back and just barks, you know. He's just a different guy. And seeing his trajectory and seeing his path, it's insane because you could really make it. However, like you could be an AC and win everything, and then you go win an outdoor title, or you could be a Levi Kitchen or even like a Joe Shimoda, because I feel like Joe's another guy that I always like took him serious, but I didn't ever expect him to like be the guy and be like winning. And when him and Levi and like all those guys started winning, that's when I was like, maybe like, I don't know, maybe I don't have it. Like how were they so much better, you know? So that was tough to swallow for a couple years, and like finally getting that win, it just gave me the confidence. I'm like, dude, I'm back. Like I'm back with the guys that I've been racing my whole year. Like I deserve to be here, and I like belong here, you know?
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.